Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of StoneBlocks. How are you doing? So, in between episodes I managed to make the alchemical chest, I managed to upgrade our fusion crafting injectors to draconic level, I managed to make enough red matters and dark matters in order to make the energy condenser Mark 1, I also did the empowerer and the enchanter from extra utilities too, and we are ready to make the first tier of energy condensers. Life will be good. Finally, our first tier of energy condenser. Life will be good after this, because now we can use EMC to copy stuff. Of course, this is not the best because it has only one slot for inventory and you cannot designate input and output, so everything which is inside will be considered as EMC, therefore we should be very careful with this. But this is the first step, and I should have probably handed over the quest first. So I handed over the quest, and I think the first thing that we should start copying is a little bit of dark matter because we need to make the Mark II. And you can see that our nether stars are being converted into dark matter. This is how EMC works. So we can basically copy everything except applied energetic stuff, mechanism, draconic evolution, botania, and well actually that's it. We can duplicate any other resources and we don't need to mine for anything. After a bunch of crafting, which only includes these energy collectors and antimatter relays, which is only designed to make your life a little bit miserable, we can make Mark II. This is lovely. Of course, I also have to make another one because this has an EMC value and we can duplicate it, but I need an extra one in order to do that, so yeah, I'll do that off camera. But this is Energy Condenser Mark II. It has an input side and an output side and it can be easily automated. Life is great and we basically beat the pack. And another Energy Condenser Mark II. So now we can copy this. It's actually very expensive on EMC. It requires 25 million. Oh my goodness. I don't know how much is a stack of nether stars, but I think it's around 4 or 5 million. This is too expensive. So how many do we have? Star. Oh, it's 9 million. Okay, that's good. So by mistake I made a lot of red matter and now we can copy it using our... Did I use that all? Oh yeah, okay. We have 6 of them. 7. That's good. Alright guys, do you remember that last episode I talked about this loophole that we have with end crystals? So, an end crystal has an EMC of 140,000 because it has a nether star in it. But unfortunately they forgot to disable this one, which does not include a nether star, but it has the same amount of EMC. So, I devised a small system. If we duplicate blaze rods, glass, and ender pearls as well as gas tiers, this thing will start making end crystals. It will go into this energy condenser, and if we provide it, actually we can do it with nether stars, it doesn't really matter. If we ask it to duplicate nether stars, which it didn't because of a glitch, copy it. Thank you. So this will go, make more, make more, make more, and it comes back here and we make a loophole and we make a gazillion, actually we can make it much faster. The item conduits are not keeping up. And we get infinite nether stars and EMC. Of course these have to get filled in and that could take a long time. But in theory, this thing works. Sadly, we're not going to use this. We're going to make an emerald world because this is too cheaty. I won't feel very happy if I do this, but this works. If you want to cheat, you can cheat. It's very easy to set up and eventually you will have millions of nether stars. You see, it's already getting filled. Okay, so after the last cutscene, I decided to make the red matter armor and the swift wolf's rending gale, which will allow me to fly. This is a very good thing, and of course in order for this to work you're going to need a type of fuel from Project E in your inventory, otherwise it will not work. You can also use a client store, but that's too far away. And of course I can wear this and I'll be almost invincible. I also made a morning star, which is basically a multi-tool. Why am I mining so fast? Is it because of the armor? Okay. Anyway, that's cool. And I also did a bunch of quests, so we have a lot of loot bags. And obviously we get nothing special, so I just chuck them inside and we move towards our next project. Oh, I also made a red matter furnace because I like this more than the ultimate furnace. So we put you here and we put one fuel. It's as fast as the ultimate furnace, but it looks cool. I like it. And of course our next project is to get into Avaritia, so I made the extreme crafting table so that we can make the Neutronium Collectors. And this works, that is good. Otherwise I had to do this manually and it wouldn't have been fun. So we have 12, we need 2 stacks. And these are expensive. I'll be right back. And finally, we have 2 stacks of Neutronium Collectors. So I just have to go and set them up in the end because I'm going to need a lot of item conduits and I think it will be very laggy. So yeah, we'll do that. Oh, and by the way, making all of these crystal matrix ingots was very expensive. We used almost 3000 nether stars in order to make these 2 stacks. They had an EMC? Why did I do that manually then? Okay. Alright guys, I managed to fit 2 stacks of Neutronium Collectors in one chunk. It's chunk loaded, so if we go out and go in, this place is loaded. I hooked them up to item conduits, which took a very long time, but luckily I had the conduit probe so I could copy and paste settings. If you didn't know, Neutron Collectors collect tiny piles of neutron. It's just called piles of neutron. Okay, anyway, when this reaches 100, we will have 1 pile of neutron. If we combine 9 of them, we will get 1 nugget, and if we combine 9 nuggets, we will get 1 ingot. And we're going to need a lot of ingots in order to do extreme crafting, especially for the infinity armor, also the world breaker, the shovel and everything, and the transmutation tablet. Okay, I didn't know. Also, we're going to need a lot of that for the things. Where are they? Yeah, for the infinity ingots. So this is a process that we had to start early because otherwise we would have got stuck on neutronium. I also brought an ender chest, and if we hook it up, I don't know, here, and insert stuff into this one, we should get piles of neutron. Yeah, our first one. Life is good. We just leave it be. This is a very long process, so and there's no EMC, so I cannot duplicate anything. This has to stay here and we have to wait. Also, before food turns into an issue, I have a small idea. We get Biscuits of Totality. This is the best food that you can get from Botania. You just put cookies inside the mana pool and you get these. These will give you full saturation and full hunger hunches no matter how low your hunger hunches are. This is perfect. And you also get an achievement. Alright guys, as I have said before, the nether star farm is good for the start. Right now, in order to have a sustainable source of EMC, we're going to need blocks of emerald. Because that gives us the most EMC between all the blocks, and we can make an RF tool world out of emerald. Flat, and we just put a quarry from RF tools and mine all the emerald, and we will have all the EMC that we're going to need ever. Unfortunately, there is a small mistake in the Dimland workbench, and these are all the blocks of emerald that we have. So I have to... it's this one. Okay, so it's here. We're going to need a rarity 5 dimlet, and we get dimlet parcels from loot bags, and I just have to open them and see if I can find a rarity 5. I tried to open a little bit. We have it already. Okay, so I don't have to open the rest. That's lovely. I have already put everything that we have inside the dimlet workbench, and we need to specify what material we're going to need. So the world will be made from this material absorber. If we put it on top of emerald blocks, it will absorb 128 of that, and the number will reach 100%, and we just add it to the dimlet workbench and life will be good. I just had to think this through, which I didn't as usual. So, whoop, and you. Okay, we need 14 more. And now this is 100%, and of course you go into the chest. So if we come back here and say emerald block, the last one is no. Okay, how did I find it last time? Emerald, molten emerald, no. Blocks of emerald. I put you here, and what the hell is this? You don't need that, you need okay, I had to open a bunch more, and I think we need this one. Yes. Material dimlet, block of emerald, it needs 20,000 RF per tick. That's it? Okay. I'm not complaining. Before we can make the dimension, we need a few things. So we need a dimension inscriber and also an empty dimension tab. Also, I want this dimlet, this world to be flat. We can craft the terrain dimlet, which is flat. Also, we need to make a feature dimlet, which is none because I don't want anything else in that dimension. So this one. And in order to make it, we just put the, I think, block, then the terrain, and then the feature. And we put you here. And it's done, actually. It's okay, and boop. There you go. We have a realized dimension. Now we just have to dial it. Oh my goodness. It needs awakened draconium for the dimension builder. We have 2 more blocks, so it shouldn't be a problem, but that was a sneaky move. I didn't like it. And dimension builder. We can reduce the power that this dimension builder requires by infusing it, and I always do that. So we just need to make a machine infuser, we put a hopper on top, we add 4 stacks of dimensional shard, and we put you inside here. And this will get infused, and it will use much less RF. You see, infusing bonus, reduced power consumption, and faster dimension creation speed. So that 20,000 RF will be much less than it was required. Also, I thought it would be a nice idea to make an advanced dislocator from Draconic Evolution, because that one does not have power. Because we're going to another dimension, and in case something goes wrong, we can get back here very fast. I had to steal that quantum entangler porter from this one, so it didn't have enough power, it was half charged. And we have this one. Good. Alright guys, everything is set. We have a dialing device, a matter transmitter, and a matter receiver to teleport to the new dimension. The dimension builder is fully infused. I made a builder which is also 100% infused, and a shape card quarry, as well as the realized dimension tab. And I also made a phase field generator, because in case something goes wrong and the power to the dimension is cut off, I will survive for at least a few minutes, and I can just teleport back with our dislocator. So we put you in here and we wait. Okay, and by the way, the reason that the power is gone out completely is that in order to make the dimension, it's going to require 80,000 RF, which of course we're not producing. But in order to maintain the dimension, it's going to need 20,000 RF, which we're easily producing because it's just 5 nether star generators. And we have, I think, 16 or 18 of them. So maintaining it is not a problem, just building it could take some time. And finally, the dimension is ready. We just have to... You're not reducing power? Huh. Something is wrong with our nether star generators, and I think we are out of nether stars in them, so let me fix it. I just realized what is wrong. The dimension itself is trying to charge, and it needs 100,000 RF. Because I added some dimlets and I forgot, so we need to increase the generators. Okay, so my antidote charms ran out and I'm taking wither damage, so I'll be very fast. I added another row here and another row here, and this should be enough, I hope. If they're gaining a little bit of power... No, they're not. Okay, it's not very good, but I'll go and check. Okay, now that the dimension is charged, we are gaining a little bit of power here, but it's not going to be very stable. I'll go there and I'll be fast, I guess. This is too risky, I'm afraid. Seems to be stable now. So we dial the dimension, we put our finger on coming back home on the dislocator, and we go. I'm gonna die. Okay, so we are here and I'm not dead yet. But it's nighttime and there are a lot of mobs. We had fluid cows in the pack. Resin, molten vibrant. I had no idea. Literally no idea. Okay, let me set it up and I'll be right back. For a reason that I do not understand, actually Additions is mixing up with the quarry, so there are those caves and I got a lot of junk, like oak saplings and poppies and everything. I had to put a filter and I only whitelisted emeralds. So I'm hoping that this will only provide me with emeralds, and I've been testing this, it's been going fine. Yeah, seems to be working. We have plenty of emeralds for the foreseeable future. Life is good. Okay, the emerald world seems to be working. We're getting plenty of emeralds and we're not getting junk, so that's good news. Also, I'm thinking of turning down the nether star farm, because now we can convert emeralds into nether stars and we can use them in our generators, so we don't need to spawn withers anymore, and I hope that will help me with the lag. We reached the top of the world, and it's probably not a very good idea. Alright guys, since the last cutscene there has been a few changes. This is going to be our Botania area because we need Gaia Spirit Ingots, so we do have to get into Botania. I cleaned up this place, well, I just moved our applied energistic system to our designated room, which I prepared I think during the last episode. I didn't show it to you, but it's here, so I moved it here. We have an ME controller, it's 3x3x3, two sides are covered with P2P tunnels, and I ran out of material. We have to do auto crafting, and we only have one CPU to do the quest. We cannot EMC the P2P tunnels, but we can EMC the cables. So cables are not an issue, just making the processors, the other stuff, and also the P2P tunnels are difficult. This will be our room for storage, the drives, and I don't think we are going to need more than this. This should be more than enough. This will be our machine room. It's not finished, and since it's a boring thing to do, so I'll do it in between episodes. Also, this will be the place for our CPUs. I think 8 CPUs will be enough. They will go deep inside the wall. We will just have the monitor and maybe one part here which will be visible. Otherwise, the rest will go behind the wall. And here will be for the molecular assemblers. So yeah, that's basically it. These are the updates. Okay, so since I have a lot of things to do in between episodes, I think it's also a good time to wrap up this one because, well, there's a lot of boring things to do and I don't want to bore you to death with them. If you want me to explain how the P2P tunnels work, just let me know. I'll put, I don't know, 1 or 2 minutes explaining how they work, but I think everybody knows how they work, so I will skip them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.